You are watching episode 49 with Barry there and Cassia, and well, good morning to you, and if you are just tuning in, thanks for joining us here today on the show. Well, now on the show, we'd like to talk about staying safe during spring. Now, we all know that you like to go out, or you would like to go out during spring, but here are a few things you need to take into account before you go out venturing. Know which areas are closed to the public, like the Sydney hotspots and things like that. Listen to the radio and television updates on where the hotspots are for COVID before you drive off. And don't assume that it's okay to go out when there might be a possibility that another case of COVID has popped up. And please guys, we know it's frustrating, but please be careful out there. You can go to the beach or anywhere, but just maintain your social distancing. Please do that. Because social distancing, guys, you must adhere to that. And here's my outsider for her opening sequence on the second half of our show today.
Thank you, Barry. Good morning, viewers. So, Barry just said to you that our next topic is staying safe during spring. He's mentioned a few very important things for us to remember, and that is we know how much you guys have all been locked up due to COVID and are doing your best to abide by social distancing rules and social limitations and things like that. We all want to have fun during spring. We all want to get outside and be social, but the only way we are going to get rid of COVID is by following the laws and the rules.
And please guys, don't get frustrated. We know that it is really annoying, but a positive way of looking at it is simple steps to help stop the spread. Okay? If you are gonna cough or sneeze with your arm or elbow, use a tissue, and then after you have used the tissue, spin it and then wash your hands. Here's my outsider.
That's right. It's really important to make sure we always wash our hands when entering a new building and or place and when exiting.
And the only way, guys, to stop the spread is by no hugging, handshaking, or just go like that. Go like that. No kissing or hugging, because who knows who could have COVID-19 symptoms. And keeping your distance is another thing you see on the wall there. So please guys, help us here at CPA to stop the spread. And we know it's frustrating, but please do listen to what we have to say to you on the show today. And if you are an employee, wear a face mask. Here's my offsider.
Very good advice, Barry. Now, we've spoken about the COVID issues during spring. There are some other things that we need to remember whilst keeping safe during spring. Do you remember what they could be, Barry?
Don't talk to anyone you don't know or who you mightn't trust. And don't let them get at your bag, and keep your wallet safe and locked up. Here's my offsider.
That's right, Barry. Those things are also very important. But with spring also comes warmer weather. Now we need to talk a little bit about sun protection. What do you think, Barry?
And sun protection, a very good point. Okay, if you're gonna sit out in the sun, ladies and gentlemen, please wear some sun cream and apply sun cream every 2 hours, guys. Here's my offsider.
That's right, Barry.
And we will just pause that. Welcome back. Sun protection. We'd like to talk about sun protection here on the show. Now, as we get into the warmer weather, ladies and gentlemen, consider how much time you are sitting out in the sun, okay, and wear your sun cream, put on your sun cream before you venture out into the sun. Here's my offsider.
Absolutely brilliant advice, Barry. Heading into the warmer months, we are obviously going to have much hotter days, which means that we could end up getting sunburn. So always put sun cream on, even if you're just sitting out reading a book or going for a walk.
And sunburn, guys, is very common in Australia in summer because people like me have their skin. Now, sunburn is when your skin becomes pink and red and sore and sometimes even blistered, and you can get quite sick from this. And the signs of sunburn are severe pain, swelling of the skin, blistering of the skin, and soreness, and you may feel dehydrated and even sick. So sunburn, guys, you just cannot muck around with it when the warmer weather arrives, because sunburn can be quite serious and you could end up in hospital. Here's my offsider.
That's right, Barry. It's very serious. So we always need to remember when venturing out in the warmer days and the hot weather to put sun cream on, but also to wear a hat to help protect our heads.
And also, guys, if you know that your child is sunburned and it is severe, okay, do not try to pierce the blisters. Okay, get them to the nearest medical center or the nearest emergency department at the hospital. Here's my offsider.
Great advice, Barry. If you do get a little bit sunburn or your children get a little bit sunburn, it's really important to keep the skin hydrated, so using aloe vera gels or moisturizers. So
your child is severely burnt and you are out. And I'm pause that. Welcome back. We apologize for that interruption, viewers and ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sunburn. I'm just getting back to where we left off. It can be quite serious. So guys, please don't neglect your child sunburn, and this goes for adults. If you are out and about on a picnic and your child or your sunburn get treated straight away. Here's my offsider.
That's right, Barry. Very good advice. If it's severe sunburn, you need to go and see your doctor, medical centre, or go to the emergency at hospital.
So what would you do if I was severely burned at work?
Okay, so are you talking about sunburn or chemical burn or cooking burn? Okay, so if you got severely sunburned whilst being at work, you obviously would have had to be outside. As you said, to keep an eye on the signs and symptoms, which you've already provided our viewers with. Another symptom of sunburn and dehydration is sunstroke, and that also you can get shakes and you can get headaches with that as well. So it's really important to make sure you keep hydrated by drinking water. Barry, back to your original question. If you got sunburn, if you were really red in the face and sweating, and I could see that you were clearly sunburnt, I would get you out of the sun straight away and get you a really cold drink of water. I would then apply first aid to you. So I would look at you, talk to you to make sure that you are responsive and talking to me. And if that's the case, then we would probably take you to a GP to get checked over to make sure you didn't have anything more serious, but also keeping the fluids up to you and out of that sun. If you were unresponsive at that time, we would call 000 because it would be an emergency. We would get a cool blanket straight over you, and would get an ice bucket onto you as well, because they say if you are overheated and you're unresponsive, it means you probably have sunstroke.
So guys, we answered the information that my offsider had provided to you. Sunstroke, it can be a very serious thing, so please watch out for the symptoms, okay? And do cancel your outing if it is going to be over 30 degrees plus. Here's my offsider.
Very good advice, Barry. If you cannot cancel your outing, make sure you are prepared by packing sunscreen, making sure you stay out of the sun as much as possible, and keeping hydrated.
Because dehydration, ladies and gentlemen, it's not good. And don't just drink tea and coffee, because these drinks here are diuretic, and you need to get as much fluid into you as possible. Here's my offsider.
That's right, Barry. The less caffeine, like tea, coffee, Coke, all of those kinds of things that you just mentioned that are diuretics, keep it at a minimum during summer. Keep up the fluids like water and hydrolyte. They are your two most important things to have.
And talk to your chemist about how much hydrolyte you should use and how to make it up. Here's my offsider.
That's right, Barry. Hydrolyte nowadays comes with a really, really easy guide to follow how much hydrolyte you need and when you should use it and what are the benefits for that.
And also limit the consumption of alcohol as well. Here's my offsider.
That's right, Barry. Keep up the good fluids.
So that's the end of sun protection and the COVID safe. Now on to the next topic on today's show.